Bring up my... Not that. Not you. You. There it is. What's up, dudes? That's how it feels outside. It's hot. It's hot out there, hot shot. We got Strat Hippie John Doe, What Cracker Taylor, Susie, Ben Coombs, Rock Nutter, Tim, OH, The Rev, of course, Mark Cote, Gary Davlin, Electro Omega, what's up? John Clark, First Day of Summer, Yeti, Nightcat, Awesome Man, Tony, James Severin, we got Joel, we got Platinum, we got Jeff E, we got Steve, Franklin, of course. I mean, who else would we be talking about? Music Therapy Laz, what's up, buddy? Dragon Model, Tim, Terry Tickler, Tactical, whole lot of Bulldog, I'm going to try and get a question in early on the first day of summer. What's the best electric cover of the national anthem you think you've heard? Oh, that's a good question. I want to say it's probably a toss-up between a Steve Vai version and I think a Joe Satriani version. They both did this amazing version where I think, they ended with, like some big ending with, like stacked fifths and stuff like that. I think they both did a version that sort of ended that way. Metallica did a version that actually wasn't half bad because it was both of them playing and they just did a guitar version. And they sort of really timed it. It was pretty good, actually. But I want to say Satriani did one, and it was like, wow, that's really good. If we're just talking guitar ones. I've seen some vocal ones that are amazing, too. What's up, Ed Axman? What's up, Defcon Clark? Down in Tennessee, you're probably hot down there. We're pretty hot up here. Yeah. Oh, is the focus out? What, on this? On the main shot? I don't think there's a focus adjustment. Let me see. Video. Yeah, focus. I mean, that's out. I think that's in. That's it. It's set to 0. That's as good as it gets. Could be your bandwidth. Or my bandwidth. What's up, Gus? What's up, Mini Tom? Aaron Cam says Whitney Houston for the vocal win. Yeah, I can imagine. She had an amazing voice. Oh yeah, duh. I'm sure Aretha probably did one that was pretty damn good too, right? All the greats usually have a version that's pretty sick. Pretty hot there in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm telling you, it got hot real quick. Hot shot. I was like, no. We were escaping it for a long time. Admittedly, it was a pretty cool summer. So far, up until about a few days ago. And now, right now, they're like 3 weeks out. There's not a day under like 86, 87 degrees. It's pretty much between like 86 and 96 for the next 3 weeks. Minimum. Nelson says happy B-Day before it. Thanks. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We went out with, actually, I went up to my father-in-law's and did some work around his property, and then took him with me back. We drove back down here, down to my place, and then hung out here. We had a nice little lunch yesterday. It was nice. What's up, Brian Spilsted? Great Vanzini says crystal clear here. T. Jackson says, what's up, Steve? Play some Rat. Today is the winter solstice in New Zealand. Oh my God, Tony, you're not going to believe it. Today is our summer solstice. Funny how that, we're a little tilty. Tilt up, tilt down. Tilt forward, tilt back. 23 degrees forward and back. Goes to show you the angle of the sun, man. And as a matter of fact, I used to say, well, how much of a difference? How much of a difference of light between at the equator, there's really no difference, right? It moves away a little bit, probably at the equinoxes when they're at their worst, right? And then it moves away from them, moves to one side of the sky and then the other, but it's always pretty much overhead. But I think for my area, it's how much of a difference, is there between how much, between the light of the summer, like in the summer solstice, and the light of the winter solstice? It's actually 5 times the amount. And I'm sure, depending, if I went even north, it would be even worse. It would be 10, 20 times until you got to where there was no light in the summer. I mean, in the winter, and it was, infinity, right? Because it's pure light in the summer. Once you get past the Arctic Circle, right, it's pure light in the summer and pure dark in the winter for a little while. So Krellbar, hey, what's up, Quentin? Quentin says, Krellbar says, were any orange amps harmed in the making of the thumbnail? No, here it is right here. It was a stunt amp. And signed by the founder and owner of the place of Orange. And this was part of TGU 18 little thing that Orange was doing there, and they said, can you break our amp, void the warranty? It's part of their void the warranty. Oh wait, hold on. Thanks, Steve. Actually, my birthday's a little just past it, but I appreciate that. I know. For the summer, for the summer, we'll do it for the summer solstice. It's summer. It's a 23-degree tilt. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up here. Happy birthday, Hot Chat. I don't know why people think it's actually not my birthday today. My birthday was actually a few months ago. But I appreciate it. We'll count it towards next year. Or we can go retroactive. It's up to you. We burnt through 6 cubic meters of wood so far. Bloody cold, and only just the start I went to today. Yeah. No, we got the air conditioner on max, and we're just trying to keep cool. It's hot. It's hot out there. I'm doing the iced mocha. Steve. Demo a solar guitar and compare it with an Ibis. I agree. They're kind of very similar looking, right? Kind of, right? Is it just me? But I'd have to see Ola, and I don't know that Winter NAMM's going to happen. Even the NAMM people, we don't even know if it's going to happen. Everybody, there's a big talk that they're going to skip a year. We'll see. Happy birthday, Steve. Yeah, belated. Yeah. I don't think I ever did a birthday show. I don't really get into it usually. You never know. But not really. Maybe on Facebook I might mention it or something. I'd say, oh, we went out for my birthday. But yeah, it was a little while ago. But I still appreciate it. 2020 doesn't count, I know, right? Hardtail Strat someday, please. I would love a hardtail Strat, but specifically like an old 70s one in Sunburst with a rosewood fretboard. Das Metal, happy birthday, SFB. Appreciate it, man. We just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with today's my birthday. God, the pickups on this sound good. But thank you, Das Metal. I appreciate you, bro. The light of the day will now be less each day. Actually, no, not quite. It just sort of shifts, and we don't start losing light for like another week or so, right? It maxes out, and what happens is you're losing time in the morning, but you're still gaining time at night. The whole thing just sort of, it's like you're not widening it anymore, but you just sort of shift a little bit towards the evening. And then it starts to go back, and they both start to go. And by the time you get to September, they're both you lose a lot of time at both ends, both in the evening and the morning. It's the other's SFB's birthday. Chad is BT throwing. You know what? We'll go with it. And since it is my birthday, let's go with an age. What am I looking? 40? Hey, what's up, Robert Baker? Happy not your birthday. Aw, thanks. You guys keep throwing money up. I'm going to be drinking soon. I really do like this guitar. I'm just going to throw that out there. You know what? Well, we're just flame cam. Ladies and gentlemen, flame cam. Behold the flame. That has got quite a flambe, I gotta say. I like the flambe this way. And we out. Right, I'm back to Boogie Woogie Creep. What's up, man? I can say only a matter of time before Steve starts dancing. Yeah, don't tempt me. I tried to do a slide and the thing just rolled. Everyone's doing that now. What year is this? This is a 2013. So the 2013, these are the select, and they're different every year. For 2013, it was the flame with the big headstock, and of course the figured neck and all that crap. It's got to have this little circle in the back right there. See that little badge? That's what tells you. That's what's telling you that it's a select. That right there. That's the badge of authenticity. The next year, it was like a quilt top or like a figured top, depending on what they had. A lot of them were quilt, but some of them were just like weird. And again, the same thing, like flamey figured neck, but a regular size headstock, not the large headstock, Hold on, I'm backing up a little bit here. Nice delay, yeah. Steve, have you noticed a lot of back orders on guitars coming from overseas? I tell you, I've been noticing a lot of stuff just period out of stock. Absolutely. I think there definitely was, a gap, and we're starting to see it as inventory diminishes. They don't seem to be able to fill it back in. A lot of things seem to be back ordered. I agree. Anything with the podcast in it is like completely back ordered. Right? Any webcam, all back ordered. There's a lot of stuff that's just out of stock. Don't act like I don't remember Dallas 2017 at the bar. Look, how much I paid you a lot of money to never bring that up. Now you're in breach of our agreement. That one and the Rosewood Strat in my face. Yeah, I agree. Those are my faves. Is that a Humbucker in there, bro? I don't think so. Krell Bar would know. I think what do they call that? Like the Twin V or something? Or the V Twin? It felt like a rip-off of like a Harley Davidson name. The V Bucker or Twin Bucker? I think it's like the V Twin or something like that. And then they just call them Select. For the singles, they just call them Select, whatever that means. I guess it's just made for this guitar. And try and give it something special, I suppose. Steve, what is your signal chain? How do you stream over YouTube? I have to run my mic through this mixer right here so I can when I want to. And then that goes out into a Focusrite 18i20 through the SPDIF, and that mixes in with my guitar that I plug in here, and then that goes through THU for the amp, and then everything gets mixed out of a set of outputs 9 and 10. That goes out through a cable to the input of the computer, same computer. It's a strong enough computer to handle both audio and all this together, and it's like an i7, and then it takes it in the audio input, and now it's mixed. It's got my vocal, and it's got the guitar, and then I just tell OBS, and then I run OBS software. I set up the cams and the audio, and then the only thing you have to do is you have to do a little bit of recording, because there is an audio offset, or my voice and my audio wouldn't line up. They'd be off sync. So I have to set up a little delay in the audio so that the video can catch up, and then it matches up. And that's all there is to it. Full Tone is almost sold out at Sweetwater after Guitar Center and Musician's Friend dropped them. Yeah, and Reverb dropped them too. Only for new, not for used, so who knows. Just finished a sun shower. Super humid. Yeah, I hate that. We get those. Wood looking binding. Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's actually a one-piece neck. See the neck? There is no binding. What they do is they carve the neck out, and they leave a little bit like a boat, and they inlay the fingerboard. You can almost see it up there at the headstock. Yeah, it's called channel bound. It's pretty cool. You can get a channel bound regular Strat. They only did it for like 1 year, and a channel bound telly. I want to say the telly's in like Sonic Blue, and I want to say the Strat is in Dakota Red, and they're pretty cool. All right, I'm trying to catch up with the messages here. Hold on. About over loud THU a month ago. Your tones are awesome too. Thank you. Oh yeah, I hope you download. I have a set of patches out there. You should pull those patches. They're all a lot of stock patches. Some of them I've manipulated, but a lot of them are just ones I like, and I just put them in a bank so they're all in one convenient spot. Are those noiseless pickups? No. The humbuckers, obviously, but not the single coils. They are real single coils. But that's okay. I'll live. Oh, is PDX Guitar Freak? Yeah, it goes to show you how far back I am here. All right, I'm catching up. Who's got a new guitar? PDX? What's going on? All right. Now I'm caught up. Now I need to know what that guitar is. Oh, tell. Oh, do tell. Slid too far past it. All right, I'm trying to catch up here. Where are we going? I gotta go put an air conditioner in. Yeah, we're lucky. We have central air, and when our central air went down, it was like a goddamn panic around here. It was crazy. Oh, that is good. Nice and cold. What's the best pizza place around you for pizza? For pizza? I don't know. Probably Pizza Palace is pretty good. We tend to like them. It's cornmeal crust, a very thin, like Italian cornmeal style crust. It depends what people like. I've told people that I like that pizza, and they're like, "Oh, it's terrible pizza." Then they said that they liked like Conrad's. I'm like, Conrad's is bar pie. Are you insane? That's, dude, that's a bar pizza, bro. Like, don't even. Les Paul Gold Top with P90s. Yeah, you know, that's been going around. I didn't hear anything about Full Tone recently. Just look it up. It's all out there. There's plenty. There's plenty out there. Oh. It says Firebird is awesome, but it's so strange. You hardly see anyone playing it. Well, I tried to play a Firebird, and it had a very weird neck. It was very wide side to side, very thin front to back, and I just couldn't get along with it at all. I did not like it. Now, that was, I think, a Johnny Winter model, which may have been his custom style of neck, but I'd have to try just a straight-up Firebird and just see if it just has a standard neck, and maybe that was a Johnny Winter neck, you know. But I like the look of a Firebird, that's for sure. And I really like the one with the bound neck in the Pelham Blue. That Firebird, I think that looks sick. That's a bar pizza, bro. Have you ever played an ESP USA? I have not. I did have an ESP way back in the 80s, though. One of their, like, vintage, looked like a Strat. But it had the ESP headstock and had a Floyd Rose and EMGs. And it was like the only guitar I'd ever seen outside of a Kramer with a Floyd Rose on it. Right? You just could not get a Floyd Rose on a guitar. And so it was like this exotic, like, Japanese import ESP with a Floyd Rose. And I had it for a while. I had kind of a beefy neck on it, though. Was at Revere Beach today. Way hot. I think you mean wicked hot. Come on, dude. Know the local nomenclature. It's going a little faster. Someone said they love Firebird. Someone's saying Pelham Blue is beautiful. Yeah, the powder blue is a sharp guitar. Yeah, it's kind of like a yeah. It's not a well, it is a metallic blue, but you know what I'm saying. It's not a flake metallic. It's just like it's like, yeah, I guess it's a metallic blue, right? You know the Pelham Blue. It's a beautiful color. You know. It's not dark blue, but it's not exactly light blue either. ESP Mirage is on my hit list. Yeah. You know, ESP makes, you know, unbelievably nice guitars. I think the Mirage should be the one. If there was one, I think you're right. The Mirage should be the one on my list. That was kind of their version of the Jackson Soloist, right? Or the Kramer Stage Master. It was like the ESP Mirage. Yeah, Katana's still right there. This week. We're getting there. You love up our pizza. The crushed Oreos make it special. Exactly. I'm going to throw a couple of, a couple of deviled eggs, a couple of olives, a couple of bar peanuts. There you go. What's up, Christoph? Steve, did you see that some Harley Bentons are using? Yeah, they're using EMGs, which is cool. I like EMGs. A lot of people don't like EMGs, but I like them. Do you think an ESP USA is a better build quality than a PRS Custom 22? I can't. I'd have to compare them side by side. I don't have enough memory of the ESP to be able to compare. Custom 22s are nice though. Gonna be working on 2 Harley Benton videos soon. Videos to follow. Yeah, Harley Benton make great stuff. That's what I was playing last week. Was a Harley Benton. What's up, Christoph? Are you going to the Sweetwater Fest online? Oh, I actually might be able to make the online one. It's the in-person one that's a little tricky. You know. Michael says, "Love the Sparker you." Thank you. That video got some love. I was happy about that. You never know. It's so hit or miss. You know, you never know. Hey, what's up, Tony? Robert Baker says, when it comes to quality, I can't imagine anyone topping PRS. You know, they were talking about that when they were at that PRS festival last year, that basically their machines are to like where metal was a few years ago, like as far as tolerances, like really extremely tight tolerances. Hey guys, yes, it is hot, especially here in the Nickel City. But we say pop, not soda. No, we had a kid up here who came from the South, and his nickname was Soda Pop because he says, "Let's go get a soda pop." We were like, he's like, "Needle, what?" And then he was forever known as Soda Pop. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm just looking through here. And ask you where you said it's right there on the wall behind the amp head. What's that? What's he? I must have missed a part of this. I swear when you had your mini Les Paul out. Okay, oh right, the one right there. Right. Inspired me to get one finally. It's very cool. Yeah, they are kind of cool. You know, I mean, it's a one-trick pony. Let's face it, it's a bit of a novelty guitar. But they're playable. They do work. They do sound pretty cool. No one says soda pop in the South. Everything down there is Coke. My mother used to say tonic. Oh, let's go get a bottle of tonic. And now it's all just soda. Matt says he has a Tone King Imperial Mark II on the way. Look at you. Nice. It's hot in Chicago. Yeah. It's pretty much, I think every place east of the Mississippi is pretty hot, and every place I think west of the Mississippi is, they might be getting a little bit more of a northern. Usually when cold air punches down in the west, you get a big hot air punching up in the east. It's pretty common pattern, and vice versa. I have to think about it. I have to think about it for a second. Damn, little now, now. Oh, what laptop is good for everything but not expensive and is BIOS package as good as the Spark? Well, the BIOS and the Spark are very different things, right? And really, the BIOS wouldn't be the same. It would really be BIOS Effects. And BIOS Effects has a lot more than Spark. Spark is like a very much more limited version. But that said, you know, the Spark just has it's a learning amp, right? It's a practice amp. Period. End of story. It's for integrating with your iPad or your iPhone or your Android and like playing backing tracks, and you're playing along with it, and it's telling you the chords. You know, that's sort of where it's at. They just had a major update. I got to fire it up and load the firmware. That didn't sound right. It was close, but it wasn't right. Hey man, brother is from Aguilares, Texas. Texas, you guys got to be roasting down there. And I got to think you were having, you know, Texas usually has a lot of thunderstorms too. You guys get the thunderstorms. Right now, we can't get any rain. We're friggin' in a total drought. How are the pickups in your white Les Paul Custom there? They're awesome. What are those? The Epiphone, what do they call those? Pro Buckers? Is it Pro Bucker? It's not Burst Bucker. That's the Gibson. You have the Pro Bucker. Annabelle says, I have a Boss Katana 100. I know you have one box in the background. I do. That's the new one, the Mark II. I got the Mark 1 up in the attic. That's the Mark II. And it's, you know, it's on my to-do list. It's been just one thing after another. Just one thing after another. Yeah, drought. Little drought. A little bit of a drought. It's like we had like maybe a half an inch of rain like a week ago, 10 days ago. Before that, we had like another half an inch of rain, maybe 10 or 20 days before that. I mean, we had a lot of rain for a while, and now we're actually a little behind. It's like my lawn was looking really crappy. I've had to water it, which I hate to do because it costs money. What are your feelings on a board with individual pedals versus a multi-effects unit? Well, the multi-effects unit, depending on the unit, it's probably more versatile in terms of like routing and stuff. Signal chains, you can store patches. There's a lot of convenience with it. But like the ultimate ability to change up your sound is with an individual pedal board, because you can literally change out your distortion, change out whatever. You also miss, I think a lot of times I like the effects boards just because they have the stereo processing, which you can get with a pedal board, but then you need to have 2 amps to work it. It's it's a lot. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. Period. When you look at something like a Podgo or like a Helix, or like a Boss like GT1000, or what's the other one? The GT, is it the 500? Versus just a pedal board can add up quickly too. It's not like a pedal board isn't a big savings over, like, say you dropped $600 or $700. So, like, what's a Helix Stomp? Like, it's gonna be like $599, something like that. Let's say it's $600. You can easily get to $600 on a pedal board, right? With a $200 distortion pedal and a $200 delay pedal and a $200 reverb pedal, and you haven't even got the pedal board, and then power supplies. I mean, there's a lot to connecting cables, right? But, ultimately that's going to have the most versatility in terms of being able to manipulate the sound. But for convenience, a little HX Stomp, it's going to have stereo out, it's going to have a whole bunch of effects, very portable, very easy to carry around. I mean, there's advantages to both. Wireless versus hard cable. I like cables. The wireless systems are getting much better now, and they're probably pretty indistinguishable, but I come from a time when those wireless systems, you really took a hit sound wise. They had crazy interference, and there was all kinds of problems with them. Now they're much better. They're digital. They're probably Bluetooth. They're a lot easy, more manageable, but I don't know. I like just plugging in with the cable. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Carl says, have you had a chance to try a Seymour Duncan Polaron phase pedal? I have not. Is it something new? Something that just came out? These are things that would be announced at a show that I'd be going to. But there's nothing. In fact, probably right now they would have been doing or have done TGU 20, and the Dallas show would already be over, and the Dallas show is going to happen at the end of July or August, but Flights are way up. You know, they were down for a while, but now there's no direct flight anymore. I'd have to take a multiple stop flight. It's a nightmare because they killed a whole bunch of flights. Right now you have to take, it's a lot fewer flights available. I'm actually surprised that no one has sent you an HX Stomp by now, right? God. I know. If you had to pick one humbucker to bring on a desert island, what you guys picking? I don't know. That's a good, probably the Duncan 59, kind of vintagey, but can also, you know, it's pretty good pickup. The DiMarzio PAF Pro is pretty good too. I heard a rumor that Angus Young uses wireless system on Back in Black because it's a built-in distortion. That's actually well known that he found out they used an old tube radio system. It was a very expensive system. And what he realized is that it had a little output gain to it. That output stage had a little push. And when he ran direct into the amp, it wasn't as warm as when he went through the, right? And it had a little bit more clipping, right? It pushed the front end a little bit on the amp. And they make a clone of it. You can actually get a clone of it now. And it's not wireless. It's just a clone of the circuitry that made it sound so good. Someone will post it in here. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, no, that's sort of a thing. Yeah, AC/DC. What's the Japanese strats called again? JVs. Some of them are JVs, some of them are SQs, some of them are E, serial number just E for 80s. They're sort of all over the place. But yeah, JV is the one that was sort of one of the shorter lived series and the earliest of the series. So those tend to be the rarest and the most sought after because they were the first. They were really good. And they were very limited in time in which they were being produced. You add all that up, and that's why the JVs are so sought after. Do you think the pickguards on acoustic guitars killed tone? I don't think so. I've had a couple of acoustic guitars with pickguards that sounded damn good. Heard Phil X went to Gibson. Yep, he's with Gibson now. He's no longer with Framus. Desert Island has no power, so I go acoustic. Damn, see? That's why he's always one step ahead. Solo Dallas, thank you. Yeah. But Solo Dallas, is Solo Dallas the name of the product, or is that the name of the channel that maybe it was the name of the product? Pick a Super Distortion. Yeah, those were good. Steve, what patch are you using tonight? I am using patch my standard one. My good old dual heavy rig. Dual heavy rig is the correct answer. Coots says, I regret selling mine. Had the 82 with the Fender logo. Yeah. Those were the really rare ones. It actually said Fender and then said Squire Series at the top. And we had one in the store, And it had like USA pickup sticker on it, right? Comes with USA pickups. And I remember a guy coming in and going, oh, and he looked at it, he's like, oh, geez, that's, because it was a gorgeous guitar. It was like a, like a 57 reissue or a 62 reissue looking guitar. And he was like, oh, geez, that's nice. And I remember my boss going, yeah, it's got USA pickups. And he was like, what? Oh, no. He was like very angry that it was not made in the U.S. It was made in Japan. Little did he know, that blew away what we had for U.S. stock. Fender was not putting out a good guitar around that period of time. Not at all. That was some of their worst stuff between say 79 and 85, 84. I think they folded pretty much at the end of 84. 85 was all Japanese production. They came back in 86 with the 57 and the 62 reissues. And then the American Standard debuted in 87. After they got the Corona factory up and running. What's your internet speed like being able to broadcast? I have a 100 megabit symmetrical, so it's 100 up and 100 down. But the good thing is my up is always a little bit better. It's like 120 for whatever reason. Feel like still with Bon Jovi? He is. Fired up dual heavy rig. Do you put your delay verb pedals before the cab? Are they? I generally don't. No, yeah. Maybe that's what makes it sound so good. Maybe that's the difference with this. Is that the cab is at the end. Right? Normally it would be the other way around, right? You would go to that mixer, and then it would go to the cab, and then it would go to the delay and the reverb. Yeah. Jeez, I didn't even realize that. Back then, Fender Strats were prized. Well, they just, by the time they got to the end of the 70s, they had really sullied their reputation by, getting increasingly worse. I had a 73 Strat and it was decent. But then I got like a 1980 Strat, and man, it was a lot worse. And a friend of mine had a 79. It was just kind of weak. When they got to like 83, 84, God, they were just awful. They were trying to be modern, and they were getting their ass handed to them by Kramer and Charvel, especially Kramer, just killing them. Why are all guitars on eBay shipping from Japan? Because they have a huge market. I don't know, Japan whenever I go on there, it's always like 1,300 results, and then I say, not from Japan. They're like 4 results. I don't know, it seems like the Japanese have really embraced eBay. Probably because there's no listing fees anymore or something like that, or I don't know. It just seems like, and they're very expensive with really high shipping rates. And a lot of times it seems like it's the same, because there's no listing fee. It's like this, you see a lot of people list the same guitar, and it's because it's in like some local store. And they just listed it at a really high price, high enough they could buy it no problem at all and ship it. So they just list it, and then if someone buys it, they go and buy it, and then they ship it. It's kind of crazy. Mystery Science Theater 3000, I was huge into that. Although I got to say, I didn't like it after Joel left. I thought Joel was the heart and soul. The best team was when You know, pretty much the professor was doing the voice of Crow, and was it Ken something was doing the voice of uh, Tom Servo, and then Joel was pretty much the dude. Once Joel walked out in a huff, the show never really recovered. So good. So delicious. I could go grab another one, actually. Yeah, Ingve had no problem shredding on the Strat, though his was scalloped. Right? The world's, the world's most jumbo frets. Yeah, they might show 300 plus on shipping, just so like if you return, it'll cover like I think like their cost of like the restocking fee if they have to return it. Get all the angles covered. Yeah, I could go grab another iced coffee. We'll see. Maybe not. You know what I did get going is I got a little keyboard going here. I'm in the market for a keyboard. It's like I really do. Well, as much as I like the new Yamaha Modi X because it does have a synthesizer in it. I got synthesizers out the wazoo, software-wise. What I really need is just a controller, that's got some decent action on it. And that's where I think Roland is kicking everyone's ass at their price point. I'm leaning towards the Roland DS88. Manos, Hand of Fate. Of course, Manos. Yeah, maybe I'll go grab I'm gonna go grab another iced coffee. I'm getting a little schvetty here. All right, I'm gonna kill the mic. Killing. All right, and we are back. And we should switch up cams. There we are. Doodle-doo-doo. Hold on. Gotta get the pour. You're welcome. Oh, that is tasty. It just goes to show how watered down that last one was after the ice melted. Ah. Yeah, that was quick because I have a refrigerator downstairs that handles the overflow from the upstairs refrigerator. It's a small one. And I said, I wonder, did my wife put a couple of these down here? And she did. I said, why go up the stairs when there's one right there? Hey, what's up, Max? All right. Here we go. Hosa. Hey, Hosa. So, I, not to switch gears too much here, but, I hope things don't crap out, but they might. Can I do both at the same time? Probably not. I'm going to say no. Let me close that out. You can always open it back up. Let me go here. And let me go here. Really? Yeah, there it is. It was a recent template, not a recent project. All right. Can you hear that? Now I have to, feels a little... Let me see if, I gotta bring up YouTube. Where are you, tubes? There you are. Tuba. There we go. No, not a slideshow. Yes, keyboard style like Rick Wakeman. Sure. Like. Yeah, can you hear that? I'm not sure if it's going. If it's going out over the. If it's going out over the tubes. So that, what you're hearing is kind of cool. It's a reincarnation of the vintage D50 from Roland. But software-wise, you know, so we can go like a. Right? Anyway, it's got a ton of programs. That's a classic, you know. bunch of ones in here that are... Oh, yeah. So it's a slap bass and brass. It's weird. And again, those are old sounds. Those are sounds from like literally 30 years ago. It's the 30th anniversary. You know, it's like the 30th anniversary of the D50. Those sounds, those are like, at the time, cutting edge. Nothing even came close to that 30 years ago. And the reproduction, I believe, is accurate enough that you can load, like, original D50 sounds. You can load them right in, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, right? 1985. Right. Oh, I got all your Paula Abdul's. Cello. You know. You know, again, pretty cool. Stretch my pinky over there. Anyway, I just thought that sounded pretty cool. I almost feel like I need more of like a Wurlitzer. Oh, we out? Oh, wow, that's 8 out of 8. Interesting. All right, but there's like, right. Interesting. What else do we have here? Can I say replace? Yeah. And then say VSTI, right? I think I go here. And then I can go to, yeah, like this will be pretty fat. These keys are tiny. That's go pad. Anything in It's all synth though. That's it's all like synth pads. Anyway. Oh, thanks, Nelson. The Axel theme. Scarface theme. I know. Let me find a good one here. Let me see. Replace effects. I can't go too crazy. It'll eat up too much power. You know, I gotta be real careful. Could I go with like let me see here. Like this is that's the lounge. That sounds great. That's Lounge Lizard Session. You know? You should see the... hold on. That's what I'm playing. Playing this tiny little keyboard here. But it works. It's working. No stabilization on that cam, huh? Jesus. That's why we mount them. Does anyone know that one? What is it? It's my... John Clark's got it. Yeah. I'm not enough. No. John Clark has it, right? Sipping down the hair and carbon monoxide jokes my thoughts away. Let me see if they have a Wurlitzer in here. We can have a little fun with that. That is Rhodes. Oh, yeah, here's a Whirly. There you go. You got to have a Wurlitzer. You know, you can almost see that with the, you know. Feels a little low there. I think the Rhodes sounded better there. You know. Feels a little low, doesn't it? So maybe the world did it lower it? Did I hit it by mistake? Oh, see, that's where I had it good. I did go lower. I did make it an octave lower. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, you know, I like to play keyboard. I very rarely play. I mean, this is the first time I've played keyboard in, like, you know, I mean, on a regular basis, years. But I want to get kind of back into it again. It would certainly help me finish up my EP. Right? God, it's been taking forever. Get a few parts in there. All right, maybe we'll try one more, just one more And oh, of course I hit the wrong one. I meant to hit this one. And let's see. I'm gonna go here. Say replace. We'll find something like really crazy. There's some in here I really know well. Let me just bring up one of those because I know a few of the. Well, there's one in here I had. It sounded pretty sick. Where is it? Problem is it's mixed in with a whole bunch of other crap too, so it's like you're really on a. Oh, there it is. You're really on a goose chase. Can I assign? Can I assign this parameter? In other keyboards, I can actually assign the filter. I wish I could do that, right? Can I just tell it to listen? Let me see. Can I just say, where's the cutoff? Okay, there it is. Can I click the... No, that's lock. Can I just click it? No. Yeah, there's the... That's what you want. You want the cutoff, right? Anyway. All right, we're having too much fun here. Time to end it. Well, Jake, yeah, it could be kind of funky town. Kind of could be, right? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Anyway, let me close that out. Unless you want me to stay. I got a few of these around. That's just one of many. Wait, hold on. Where's my space helmet? Honey, can you get me my space helmet? I guess I'll take the diver's helmet if that's all that's available. Oh, some people are saying stay. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah, we having fun. Stay. People saying stay. People saying stay. All right. All right. Yeah, exactly. It's gay club night. You're welcome. Jesus. All right, yeah, we can find a few more. I gotta see. There's such a delay between when I do something and when I get a response. Yeah, Richard Christie, yeehaw. Exactly. I need a cool riff to go. See, Guitar Cam, man, what I'd like to do is just to be able to loop it. The problem is that that's software. So how am I going to loop it? I guess I could loop it inside of the DAW, right? It's like it gets a little tricky, right? You have to. I guess I probably could actually set up a nice little loop on that. You know, get a track down, get it to loop, and then just be able to play over it. You know, for a Space Helmet. Thank you. Well, that's what I'm thinking, Ken. It's like I think I could get the you know, I don't think I can run the guitar and the keyboard at the same time because they both want to take control of the audio hardware. They don't want to play nice. Thanks so much, Music Therapy Labs. Yeah, for the Space Helmet. Exactly. Yeah, the old Fruity Loops. You know, I never got into that, but that's been around a long time. Fruity Loops has been around. What are they up to, like version 40 or something? God, they've been around a long time, Fruity Loops. I remember them from the Sonar days. All right. Let me, this one's called Hive. I'm going to switch, hold on. Okay, I'm screwing this up. I hate when I screw it up. Now it's right. Now it's righter. And I got no audio for so. All right. It had a volume swell to it. All right, let's just I'm the turning away. It almost sounds like one of those throat singers. That one was for Ben Coombs. Yeah. You know? All right, what else do we have here? A little crazy. I gotta say that sounds pretty damn awesome. I mean, I gotta buy another keyboard. I'm just saying, it's like I'm using this old Korg, you know, as a way to get me to be able to input. See, okay, so here's the mistake I made. I don't even know if I can reach this. Let me move my coffee drink. Let me see if I can reach this. It's kind of far away, but I made the mistake of buying this here. Right. It is a pro unit. It has aftertouch, right, which is a pro feature. It's got some assignable knobs up here. The problem is it's only 2 damn octaves, and once you get into 2 octaves, unless you're entering bass lines, it's pretty much worthless, right? It's like playing chords is damn near impossible with any sort of, bass to it. So I found myself just like really not liking it. And for some stupid reason, they put, where is it? Yeah. They put the octave up-down key up here. They bury it in the middle of these buttons. How about the octave up-down key like right here? I mean, that's where most people put it. Right next to the wheels. So, I just never got along with it. It wasn't very expensive because it only has 2 octaves. But it's their, like, top pro quality. I will say the quality of it is through the roof, right? It's really, really pro quality. The problem is it's just too limiting. And so I'm using the chord keyboard, which the key bed doesn't feel nearly as nice. But it has 3 octaves instead of 2. And that's huge. The keyboard I have in the attic, which I use occasionally, is 4 octaves. But that one's almost too slick for its own good. I can't even get a sustain pedal to work on it because I'm having trouble like assigning the positive and the negative on the friggin' input tip for like a assignable control switch. It's like making me insane. It's too slick for its own good. So that's why I keep coming back to like the Korg. I think it's what they call that, the Chrome 2, whatever, the one that's around $1,100, right? $10.99. They're all $10.99. The Yamaha, not the Modi X. It's under that. I can't think of it. Like MX, FX, FOX. I don't know. I forget now. But it's literally the same money. And the Roland DS88, Juno DS88. And I keep going back to the DS88 because of those 3, it's got the best feeling keyboard. The tops of the keyboards aren't, they're a matte finish. And believe it or not, that actually makes a big difference because it feels more like wood, like a real keyboard, right? So the white keys have a gloss finish, but the dark keys have a little bit of a matte finish. I cannot tell you how huge that is. It's just like when you pick up a guitar and you're like, I don't like the feel of this. It's the same thing, right? But just keyboards. And I've been using a Kurzweil PC88. I bought that brand new in 1994. That has been pretty much my only keyboard for the last, 25 years? 26 years? And I'll probably do for a change. If I was going to spend what I spent on that, my budget would be $4,000. Because in real dollars, that's what that cost me, about $4,000. Right? $2,500 in 1994 works out to $4,000 today. But I don't want to spend $4,000 on a keyboard. I think that's that's a waste of money, And I had to sit with that technology this long to feel like I got my money's worth out of it. So I think I'm going Juno DS88. That's where I think I'm going. See, Nords are king. The problem with Nords is that they're not cheap. Nords are amazing. But they're like $3,000-$4,000. Again, if I was going to spend the money like I spent on that, I would consider a Nord because they're about $4,000, about $39.99. But if I was going to do that, I swear to God, I'd buy the brand new Roland Phantom 8. Or I'd get the Yamaha Montage 8. I might go with the Roland Phantom over the Montage. I'd have to see. It's newer, and don't underestimate the difference a year can make. Again, I have a Juno DS88 that I could sell you, Quincy, Mass. Really? Yeah, I probably can't pull the trigger on it too soon. I'm thinking more like end of the summer. And besides, I don't know if I have the cash. I'm probably just going to throw it on a credit card. But what were you thinking? All right, let me get my guitar going again because it feels weird not to just noodle on my guitar here, and I need to use two hands. So I'm cutting out the. That is a fat sound, though, huh? I love that. It's not a very expensive synth. That's Hive by heeeeah. Where am I going? I've closed that out. Now I'm opening this up. It's your typical close open scenario. And I hit the wrong thing. And now I gotta hit this, and then I hit this. There we go. See, it costs $22. Yeah, Sweetwater with 0 interest, right? Oh damn, that's a good price, Ken. What are you doing to me, bro? Admittedly, that's a pretty good price. I'm going to spend $4K, I would get a babysitter, right? There you go. What software are you using? I'm using THU. Metalhead Hippie says, whatever happened with the attic couch situation? Well, it's still no couch. I was like, in hindsight, maybe we should have got the new one up there before we took the old one out. My wife says no, that the old one was garbage, and we would have never moved on it unless we got it out, and this will put a fire under our butt. And I was actually able to take some of it up to the dump last week, and I missed today, but maybe next week a little bit more. But yeah, right. As of now, where we got nothing. I mean, there's a desk up there. There's chairs and there's places to sit up there, but the whole couch, and so the couch and the chair in the ottoman are gone. I think we left the wicker chair up there. I guess you could sit up there. Be pretty pathetic though in front of that big screen in that wicker chair. Watch TV. It's hot up there now. See you, music therapy. Going through the comments here a little bit. Yamaha MoFX6 750. Yeah, but that's only a 61 key. I think I'm looking for an 8. I'm looking for the 88 key. Just because the Kurzweil was a piano key, that's what I've been playing for 25 years. I go to these plastic keys, it's like they feel like toys. They just don't feel right. You know, I really do like the heavier key bed of an 88 key. Pontus says, thanks for the sweet tones tonight. Have a good one, man. How do you prefer the setup on your Strat, Steve? I generally do a pretty standard thing, and that is I just like to follow the curvature of the fingerboard. I find that I like it better when I have the saddle set at a little bit of a curve, like the fingerboard, to match the fingerboard. And then other than that, I like my necks a little straight because I think they're a little snappier than when they're a little bowed. I tend to make maybe the action on my lower string a tiny bit higher just because I tend to strike the strings a little hard, and I make it buzz. Every time I play this Strat, I'm like, I really like this Strat. Oh, we probably go to the close cam. Check it out. It's a nice flame you got there, kid. There we go. All right, let me get back here. Craig C says weighted keys. Yeah, weighted keys. It's usually a gradual weight. In other words, because the bottom ones, the on a piano, they make it so that the higher ones are a little bit lighter in touch, right? And the lower ones are a little bit heavier in touch. And they mimic that, right? The graduated touch, and I really like that. The thing about the Juno that I think I like over the other keyboards, it's just got it's got a little bit less throw, right? The keyboard doesn't depress as far, and that makes for fast lines, even when it's got a little bit of a weight to it, right? So what you take away like speed with the weight, but you give it by shortening the throw a little bit. See you, music therapy. If you can wait, you got his DS88 Black Friday sale, 20% off. Now, that's the kind of sale I need. I heard, the rumor is that Amazon, because I think they missed Prime Day, they're going to do like, and I don't know if they moved Prime Day or they're going to do a sale. I heard fairly soon, but I don't know what's going on with that. So maybe there'll be discounts there. I know that I've seen the Modi X on sale at Guitar Center / Musician's Friend, and I believe it was like 15 or 20% off. It was a nice little chunk. So they do go on sale once in a while. I'd call Sweetwater, but then you got to deal with not in a big rush to sell. Hold on, let me go. It's going by here a little fast. Ken Ford says, Steve, not in a big rush to sell. If you're serious, how could we communicate on this? You're welcome to pop up and see you play it. I'm currently retired. Yeah, I don't know if you're thinking about any trades or anything. Guitar, if you're more playing guitar than keyboards these days. Something to think about. Yeah, that's admittedly that's a really good price. Probably the best way to reach me is either through Facebook or to the Steve from Boston page, or through the email that's on the face of like my page, right? I think if you go to like about, there's probably a little thing that says for business inquiries only. Just go to there, and that's a way. 20-minute warning. Wow, went by. Phaetar controllers are supposedly really good. Well, that's the bed that's in my keyboard in the attic. It's not a Phaetar, but Phaetar makes the bed. It's an Italian, it's a Phaetar Italian-made bed. It's nice, don't get me wrong. It's just the keyboard is just a little too complicated. You know, I think the DS would be a little easier for me to figure out. I don't like seeing humbuckers in jazz, but I'll make an exception in this case. You know, it's a good-looking guitar. You know, it had a bright white pickguard on it, and I switched it out for the mint green, and I stand by my decision. I think it takes the edge off a little bit with the mint green versus the, you know, the bright white. I felt like the bright white was just a little too bright. And I like the oversized dots, too. That's the other thing. When you get to the 2014, this is the 2013. When you go to the 2014, the dots go to regular size, not oversized, and clay. A little harder to see. You know? Okay, understood, Ken. Yeah. Say, where's my drink? I'm getting parched here. Is musician's friend reliable for open box items? They have a DSA. I don't know. And I tell you what I like about even an open box through Guitar Center more would be that I can just bring it up to Guitar Center if I want to return it. You know, if I don't like it from musician's friend, I got to pack it up and ship it back. And that makes me a sad panda. You know what I'm saying? Have a good one, James. This is good. This is real good. So anyone got any summer plans going on? My wife and daughter are down the beach right now. They went down to Nantasket. I don't like the beach. I'm not a big beach guy. You know, we used to have a cottage on the beach, and so I got that all out of my system when I was younger. Now I'm like, how do I get out of the sun? I like the beach in the fall when it's crispy and, you know, the smell of the ocean, but I'm not a big summer beach guy, really. Do. Summer plans, yeah, posting canceled gigs on Facebook. Right? I'm pool guy myself. I do love snorkeling. There you go. Dragon says he's just chilling and relaxing. Sounds like a good plan. That's been my spring. That and put up a song a week or so. Oh, there you go. Some cover story. There you go. Summer plans, stay away from everyone. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not traveling. I've been pretty much staying away from everyone. Except, the absolute necessity to go and, shopping for food. But other than that, gas. New Zealand is still shut off from most places. Yeah, staycation. I tell you, I've been getting caught up with a lot of work that needs to be done around my house that I've been putting off for so long, and finally getting it done, and it feels good. And even my wife said, she's like, "It's looking good." I said, "I'm telling you, it's huge. You got to get it, because there's, especially when you're talking about dealing with plants and stuff outside. There's a window. There's a window where it works, and if you don't hit it in that window, you're out, period. So you've got to, there's no like, oh, I'll just do it in a week or two. It doesn't work like that. If you don't get out there and do it like right now, you're in trouble. And so I've been on it though. I've been on the lawn. I've been on the stuff around the house. I've been on the pretty much everything. And so I tell you, it's been going pretty well. Like she said, the house is looking cleaner and cleaner, and the yard's looking better and better. Drinking beer on my dock. I wish I had a dock. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. My summer plan is to look for a Honda Prelude. His New Year's resolution to get one. There you go. Car shopping. You probably get a good deal on one right now. Teaching summer school online. There you go. Yeah, they're figuring out what they're going to do in the fall, but they still have time to figure it out. School ended for my kids on Thursday. Now we just went. My sister has an in-ground pool. We'll wait until we get the word. She usually doesn't. See, it's so cold up here. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had some pretty chilly days. Even last week, it was pretty chilly. But now we're in a heat wave for like the foreseeable future. The next like month, it looks like we're not going to break out of the heat. At least, probably pretty much until the end of August. So, my sister usually gets her pool open by like 4th of July. So soon enough, right? When's the 4th of July? I think it's like 2 weeks from now. Carl says he's clearing the garage enough to get project vehicles into the AC controlled garage. Would be great. Yeah. I could never get a vehicle in my garage. I wouldn't even trust it. The doors are too narrow. I mean, I'm sure you could drive one in, but boy, it's tight. Just making sure there's no car in the driveway. There isn't. My summer plan is to get a new axe. Today I picked up an Ibanez RG 1070. Well, there you go. Happy new guitar day, bro. New guitar. Look at you. Nice. Get the C19 discount on the guitar, right? I'm telling you, they're probably sitting on some stock. Webcams and, face masks have sold out, but cars, it feels like, there might be some bargaining to be had there. He's doing archaeology surveying for cell towers to upgrade to 5G. There you go. Is it archaeology or is it topology? What are we talking here? Doing 1 week at home and 1 week at work since mid-March. We have a single guitar project left. You go. Summer is here. Time to sweat a lot. Exactly. Our in-ground pool is open and everyone is using. Yeah, I don't think church is even close to being open. You have to get Herman, which is like this robotic thing that swims around in there and cleans the whole thing out. Then they got to shock it and do all the crap they have to do. There's a whole friggin' process. That is an Epiphone Les Paul Custom 2020. The new one for 2020. That's 2020. You have less of those with new guitars. Exactly. Oh, thanks, Curtis. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Yeah, we only got a couple minutes left. 8:53. Churches here opening at 50% capacity starting tomorrow. Yeah, I think in-house dining is open. The whole downtown and a lot of the downtowns that I've been to, the sidewalks have been transformed to dining areas, and they've moved the sidewalk out into the street, into the parking spaces, and they've lined the parking spaces on the outside with concrete jersey barriers. And they're making it so when you walk down the sidewalk, when you get to a restaurant that's on the sidewalk is closed and it's filled with tables. And you go out to the street on a temporary sidewalk made up of jersey barriers, and they put up these beautiful like black wooden walls with flowers on the top. Look great. I was like, damn, that actually looks pretty good. It looks really good. So, they're trying. They're trying to do something. I do the surface survey to make sure no archaeological sites or distributed or sacred sites are impacted by the equipment. There you go. Cool. So you ever show up and it's like poltergeist? It's like we put a cell tower in an ancient Indian burial ground, and now every time I try and make a phone call, I gotta get something crawling out of my phone. Are there any guitar shows coming up? Dallas, they moved from May 1st to August 1st, right? July 31st, August 1st, August 2nd. I think before they were going to be May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So they moved out, They're still on. They, in fact, posted something yesterday say they were still on, but I don't know. I know some vendors that were going to go who told me they're not going to go. I'm not going. I know a lot of people that aren't going to go, so they're going to try and do it, but let's see. I don't know how it's going to go. I won't be there. I'm going to skip it this year. Yeah, exactly, Joe. You got to give them credit for trying to make the most of it. They're just trying to do well, and it's with the town too, because the town has to put the jersey barriers out. The town has to set up the temporary sidewalks, but they're all too happy to, See you, Metalhead Hippie. Have a good night, buddy. One restaurant has some nice outdoor dining. Gonna miss seeing it. Yeah, and they have the umbrellas up to put people in the shade too, which is nice, right? So you don't roast in the sun. It's great. Well, right, the Jersey Barriers, exactly. Oh, 2 a.m. Thanks for hanging out, Rock Nutter. Thanks so much. Yeah, we're down to our last few seconds. Oh, look who's back with 120 seconds remaining on the clock. Trying to get out of here, right? I have the, in fact, I was going to use it tonight, but then, I don't like to use them in a live show until I've done the full video on it, is the bootlegger guitar, which is a great little guitar. I'll try and get that video out this week, and then next Saturday I'll use the bootlegger guitar for the show and give you sort of a long form, look at that guitar, which is a fun guitar. It's a T-style, double humbucker, pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Charles. Much appreciated, man. 8:59 here. I was just watching one of your videos and just noticed you were live, huh? Look at that. Unfortunately, I go till 9 p.m. and it's 8:59 right now, so you're slightly... You're slightly at the end here. Now you see the Blue Swirl ML3? No, I haven't seen that. A Blue Swirl ML? What's the ML? Is that the... Are you talking Ibanez? Oh, prototype? Oh, Monkey Lord, right, the ML3. I think I did see that. It might have been posted on Instagram. I think I did see that. I saw some guitars in Winter NAMM, but they weren't for everyone to see. So I remember taking pictures. They were like, oh, it's a prototype. So I don't know what I can post and what I can't post. But I got pictures of stuff from back in January. Dragon says, thanks, Steve. This early stream was nice on this Saturday with sweet relish. Oh, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Mr. 845. Oh, thanks, Carl. No, you rock. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the SOL lick. It's a good one. Yeah, the Chapman. Don't leave a second early. Well, on my end, it says I'm at 9:01. Maybe I'm in the future. Actually, well, by the time you see me, I'm in the past. All right, dudes. Well, here we are at the end again, and it's time to go. But remember, you rock. And so as we say goodbye, we say goodbye. And don't forget, you rock. All right, dudes and dudettes, I'm out. I'm going to call it a night. I don't have a car in the driveway, but, my son probably wants to come down and have a snack. Snack attack. Yeah, there was no guitar change tonight. Well, we had a whole section on keyboards, Krell Bar. You would know that if you were here. But yeah, we broke out the keyboards tonight. The D50, the Hive. I think the Hive was a big hit. I'm just saying. Anyway. You rock. You're awesome. Thanks so much to everyone who hung out. Super extra thanks to anyone who contributed tonight. As always, super thanks to the mods for modding. I'll see you in a week. And until then, no, you rock. Rock on. And I'll see you next week. Yeah, I can hear him on the stairs. All right. I'm out. We'll see you next week. And until then, rock on. Later.